Okay, so today I want to talk about these lovely pot molds that I'd say probably most of us have. Either the square ones or the round ones. I mean, most of us have these pots. One of the issues I have with these pots at times, especially with the circular ones, is they get stuck and they don't want to come out. So you pull on them and they don't want to come, they pull on them and they don't want to come. So you just keep doing this until you reach the frustration level. So one of the things I decided to do was kind of take this into my hands of figuring out the best way to get these suckers out of here. So I decided to cut down the sides of these pots, and you'll see that in the next little section of how I cut these down with a Dremel and then just rubber band them together. But first so that kind of gives you an idea of the issue. The issue is getting these stupid little pots out of here at times. It's a pain. And how to make this a little bit easier to undo. So I'm going to stop this and then I'll put the other piece there and then I'll demold these right after this. Okay, so I want to talk about a solution that I've come up with. I think probably other people have done it too. With these little molds that at times are a little problematic to get the inside out. So I'm going to use my Dremel. And this is an old Dremel. So I've had this probably 20 some years. So just this regular Dremel. This is a little two-piece mold with the little insert. Well, sometimes suction gets really bad in here, so you can either drill a hole through the bottom of the mold, but I'm going to cut a slit down each side, and I can pull this open to break that suction, and this thing will come right out. So I have my Dremel set at the lowest speed that we got, and I'm just going to make a pass down each side to kind of open this up, and then I'll show you how this works. That'd be perfect. The idea is to make it so you can open it up when you need to and pull that mold out. Doesn't have to be perfectly straight. You can run it at a higher RPM if you want to. You can go all the way down to the bottom if you want to. You can cut it in half if you want to. My thing is just to get a little movement in it. So, well, you're probably wondering, well, aren't you going to lose a little strength there? Well, you will. So what I like to do is I like to put 2 little rubber bands on it. And that'll be enough to hold it. I'll just move the little rubber bands up to the top. And then that will keep the mold nice and clean. I'm working on cleaning these edges up a little bit. And then you pour away and it should be ready to go. So that's about it. Okay, I'll pour one and then I'll show you. You just demold it, just take the rubber band off and just open the thing up, it comes right out. So that's it. Okay, thanks, bye. Okay, so I'm back. So you just kind of saw I cut down the sides with the Dremel to kind of make this a little bit easier to put together. Put a couple rubber bands on it, kind of pull it back into the mold. Then you just pour it like you would normally pour it. So to demold this, just take this off. Now you have a little flexibility here in this mold. And you can almost pull the mold a little bit. And it just comes right out. The square ones are pretty easy to do. The round ones are kind of problematic at times, I noticed. So the same concept I did here, cut down the sides on both sides. So instead of yanking on this, see now it's a little bit looser because you got some movement here inside of this thing, so it doesn't have that suction that the other one would have. Now, I use the Dremel. You can use a hacksaw, you can use a box cutter, you can use a knife, whatever you really want to use to make these cuts in the side. I just use a Dremel because I have a Dremel. But you can use whatever you have handy. And you see how they open? They come right out. It saves you so much time and effort of trying to pull it out, get it to work, and then as it gets stuck, you're getting frustrated, and you know, it just drives you bananas. Because I've been there. I've been there with the square ones and with the circular ones on having these things get stuck inside of it. So to me, it's kind of beneficial to there we go. Kind of beneficial to have those little cuts in there. It makes it so much easier to get those things to open up and just slide right out. So this kind of shows you how I do it. You know, just cut down the sides, use a rubber band to pull it back together again. Keeps me in good form. And as you see, it's perfectly square. Good corners, flat sides, no bumps, easy to get things out of. Saves so much time and headache. So even the round ones, see, you don't see any indentions. This is just perfect. So just my little spiel on how to save yourself some hassle, especially dealing with these square molds and these circular molds for these little pots. So that's the method I use. It works quite well. It's easy to do, you know. So that's about it. Thanks, bye.